Welcome to Tales with Meaning, where every story holds a lesson worth remembering. Tonight's tale begins with an unexpected phone call or a rainy night that sets the stage for a life-altering journey. Our protagonist, Amanda, had built a life she believed was secure, predictable, and above all, safe. But as the saying goes, every ending is a new beginning, and Amanda was about to learn this lesson in the most unexpected way. What started as a simple phone call soon spiraled into a series of events that would shatter her comfort zone and force her to face the one thing she feared the most: change. Stay with us as we unravel the story of how one ending led Amanda to a new beginning she never saw coming. Amanda Daniels had always been a planner. As a successful event coordinator in New York City, she thrived on structure, organization, and knowing what came next. Her personal life mirrored this same sense of order. She had a fiancé, Brian, with whom she was planning a wedding, and a cozy apartment in the West Village that was their sanctuary. Everything in Amanda's life was on track, until that one rainy night. It was a Wednesday evening in late October. The city was soaked in a persistent drizzle, and the streets were cloaked in a fog that blurred the outlines of people and buildings. Amanda was nestled on the couch, reviewing the final details for an upcoming gala, when her phone buzzed on the coffee table. The number was unfamiliar, and for a moment she hesitated. But something, a gut feeling she couldn't quite explain, compelled her to answer. "Hello," she said, her voice tentative. "Amanda," the voice on the other end was strained, almost panicked. "It's about Brian ... double quotes. In that instant, the world Amanda had so carefully constructed began to crack. The caller was a nurse from a hospital in Queens, informing her that Brian had been in a serious car accident. The next few hours were a blur. Amanda rushed to the hospital, her heart pounding in her chest, her thoughts spiraling into a vortex of fear and uncertainty. When she arrived, she found Brian unconscious, hooked up to machines that beeped and hummed with a cold, mechanical rhythm. The doctors were cautiously optimistic, but warned Amanda that the recovery would be long and challenging. Brian had sustained significant injuries, and the road ahead was uncertain. For the next 3 months, Amanda's life became a whirlwind of hospital visits, physical therapy sessions, and sleepless nights. The wedding was postponed indefinitely, her work took a back seat, and the life she once knew seemed like a distant memory. Brian's recovery was slow, and as he struggled with the physical and emotional toll of the accident, Amanda found herself grappling with a deep sense of loss, not just for the life they had planned, but for the person she used to be. One cold evening, after another grueling day at the hospital, Amanda sat alone in their apartment. The silence was heavy, filled with the absence of the laughter and conversations that once filled the space. As she stared at the photos on the wall, memories of happier times, a realization began to take root in her mind. The life she had been so desperately clinging to was gone, and no amount of planning or control could bring it back. This realization, though painful, was also strangely liberating. Amanda began to understand that the end of her old life didn't have to be the end of everything. It could be the beginning of something new, something she hadn't planned for, but perhaps needed more than she realized. With this newfound perspective, Amanda started to make changes. She joined a support group for caregivers, where she met others who were facing similar challenges. She began taking long walks in the park, finding solace in nature, and rediscovering passions she had long neglected, like painting and writing. Slowly, she started to see that life, though different, could still be beautiful. Brian's recovery continued, and while he would never be exactly the same, he too began to adapt to their new reality. Their relationship evolved, growing stronger as they navigated this uncharted territory together. The wedding plans were eventually revived, but this time they were simpler, more focused on what truly mattered, celebrating the love that had endured through the hardest of times. As they stood together on their wedding day, Amanda looked out at the small gathering of friends and family. It wasn't the grand event she had once envisioned, but it was perfect in its own way. She realized that every ending, no matter how painful, was also a chance to begin again. And this new beginning, born out of hardship and change, was more meaningful than anything she could have ever planned. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey with Amanda. Her story teaches us that life's unexpected twists and turns, though difficult, often lead us to new beginnings that we never imagined possible. Sometimes, the endings we fear the most are the ones that push us to grow, to adapt, and to find beauty in the unknown. Every ending truly is a new beginning, and it's up to us to embrace the change with an open heart. We hope Amanda's story has inspired you to find strength in your own life's challenges, and to remember that even in the darkest of times, there is always a new beginning waiting to unfold. Thank you for being with us tonight, and we look forward to sharing more meaningful tales with you soon.